Can I give you my second one?
Go right ahead.
All right. My second one is Layer, which is not an uncommon name in the fintech space, I feel like. So I'll describe what they do more specifically because they are a seed stage company, but they offer embedded accounting software is the idea generally. And so if you are a platform or a vertical SaaS type company that works with businesses, and there are a lot of sort of vertical SaaS companies that operate in a B2B context. Accounting software might be a particular module or capability that you want to offer to those end business customers. And when it comes to the sort of larger question of, well, I mean, and this is something that comes up all the time, how do you disrupt QuickBooks? Like, how do you disrupt QuickBooks? Well, it's really hard, right? Because disrupting QuickBooks requires that you build a brand and a sort of customer acquisition engine that can rival Intuit and QuickBooks. And that's just never going to happen, right? And the problem with small businesses in particular is they're always appearing, they're always disappearing and dying, they're always changing. And so it's just this really massive, constantly churning market. And going after that market in like a dedicated customer acquisition sense is just really hard. The benefit that QuickBooks has is everybody knows who they are. And so if you're starting a business and you need accounting, like QuickBooks is just top of mind. You just pick QuickBooks and like new small businesses just fall into the funnel for QuickBooks. Competing with that is extraordinarily difficult. It's one of those, like, if you gave me $1 billion, I could solve it kind of problems. Or alternatively, you could use embedded software as the way to solve that. And the idea, as with everything with embedded, is if there are X number of vertical SaaS companies that are out working with new small businesses, they are collectively reaching into all of the same categories of small businesses that someone like a Quicken would reach into. By partnering with those companies and by enabling them to add accounting as an embedded module within their larger suite of services, we can go after that same market, but do it in a much more efficient way. And again, from a small business perspective, they don't need the most sophisticated accounting software in the world. It doesn't need to be the same accounting systems that Coca-Cola uses, right? Like, you don't have to build an absolutely best-in-class accounting system. You just need to build one that hits the major points that you need, that kind of covers all of your bases. And then the embedded strategy is how you get it everywhere. So I was very intrigued by this. And I was intrigued particularly, Simon, because this seems to be increasingly, when I think about embedded finance, this seems to be sort of a slight tweak on the embedded finance model, where in the same way that QuickBooks is now offering financial services products, right? So QuickBooks has a whole suite of embedded banking, embedded payroll, like all of these different capabilities. You can embed those through accounting software because accounting software is a very natural touch point for financial services products. Well, now we have embedded accounting systems, which can then themselves embed opportunities to provide financial services or financial products. And so it's sort of embedded finance squared, if you will. And I see this with embedded accounting. I see it with embedded payroll. Someone reached out to me recently with an example of embedded marketing, where there's like marketing software that's being embedded within these vertical SaaS companies. So there are so many different software products that are becoming embedded within other software products. And so when I'm thinking about the future of embedded finance, I don't even necessarily think it's going to be embedded finance directly. It might be embedded finance via other embedded software products that are going into all of these vertical software channels. So Simon, what's your thought?
If you look at the back office of any vertical SaaS company, it's like fractals. When you zoom into a fractal and inside it is the fractal pattern, and you zoom in and the fractal pattern, that's one metaphor. The other one is like Russian dolls, but it's hard to know what's in the middle of it. Like, and what am I Russian dolling up and down from? Right. And everybody's embedding everything everywhere, all of the time. So what's instructive is to go look at Stripe. Go look at Stripe and see that people think of them as the payment acceptance company, but they also help me do billing. They also help me sell payment acceptance. And once I've sold payment acceptance, I can also sell the accounting around it. And I can sell the ability to get paid early. So like I can accept payments, but I can empower other people to accept payments. That embedded everything and everything is embedded for everyone all of the time is just a new default. And what you have to ask is, why one company or another?
Yeah.
Why would I pick Stripe as my payments people? Then would I also use their billing engine? And if I do, would I also use their accounting engine? And would I also resell that to all of my customers? So I'm a vertical SaaS. I am, the canonical example is MindBody. They sell software for gyms and personal trainers and yoga studios, and they would want to give the gym or the yoga studio the ability to book classes, accept payments, to get paid, all of that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So they rebundle through Stripe Connect all of the ability to do that. I don't think it's Stripe Connect. It might be Phoenix or somebody else. Like, I can't remember who the provider is, but they're like this canonical example. So is payment the center of gravity for it? Is accounting the center of gravity for it? And what else in the value chain is embeddable? Because fundamentally, like 20 years ago, you had to ask the question, when would I build a department and when would I vertically integrate and when would I build it myself? And now, when would I hire an API to do that department for me? And growth companies are the obvious starting point, because growth companies just do not have enough people and they got too much to do. So they're going to hire this SaaS software to do it. And then they're going to hire SaaS software to manage the expenses on their SaaS software, because they didn't do that thoughtfully. They just did whatever they needed to do to get through tomorrow. That's growth companies. But what's starting to happen is it's going into that like bricks and mortar space where it's kind of everybody gets this now. Everybody gets this opportunity to do it. It's what did I see the other day? What was the name of the company? Yeah, Panax. Their AI for cash flow. This is a bonus one. So it's like basically Ramp, but for mid-sized companies in real estate and logistics and manufacturing. So it helps them forecast their cash flow, and it helps them manage bank reconciliation, and it helps them manage expenditures and sweep cash from different bank accounts. And, kind of what every bank had on their roadmap but never delivered is now, for mid-sized, like middle American businesses, is now a startup, a fintech company. And so, of course, the growth companies were the first ones to do it. The example here with Lair is really, really interesting as a part of a broader trend of unbundling Stripe, unbundling Adyen, unbundling we're the one platform that does everything. We just happen to do payments first, or unbundling QuickBooks. We're the one platform that does everything. You happen to come for us for accounting. Now there's like Stripe billing without Stripe billing. There's Stripe tokenization without Stripe tokens. And now even Stripe is trying to do like their own version of like, we'll be modular too, and we'll give you the tools to not use us. And
you don't have to use this for payments if you want to use this for these other things, right?
Yeah, like it's so where's the everything's a la carte now, and it's getting confusing.
It is. No, it really is. I mean, I think it's funny, right? Because we talked about unbundling classically in the context of like fintech companies that are serving consumers unbundling the bank and unbundling all the products that a bank offers.